In a political world that is becoming more polarizing, a new party is trying to come up the middle. The Canadian Future Party officially launched this week in Ottawa. CTV's Couteur on how it plans to siphon votes away from the Conservatives and Liberals.
Thank you for being part of the launch of Canada's newest political party.
They're pitching themselves as a centrist option in an increasingly polarized political world. The Canadian Future Party unveiled its first candidate for the upcoming by-election in Montreal. A former Liberal, Mark Couteur, feels this group can do politics differently.
We're actually talking sense rather than the small social media-driven nonsense that we've been seeing.
Interim party leader Dominic Carty says the Liberals have gone too far to the left and the Conservatives have drifted too far to the right. He believes there is an appetite for an alternative.
There's a huge gap in the middle of the political spectrum, that around 70% of Canadians identify themselves as being centrist.
Carty's vision is a party that's liberal on social questions while exercising fiscal restraint. But is there space for another Canadian party on an already crowded political landscape?
Perhaps there's room in the middle, but right now, voters in the middle are opting for either the Liberals or the Conservatives, because in the latest Nanos tracking, only about 1 out of every 10 Canadians are undecided.
Whether or not Canadians are open to an alternative remains in question.
People are being challenged, Liberals, Conservatives from other sides. Once again, it's a democracy, so why not open up so people have options?
It's like going into a mall and you see so many shoes, so many different types of shoes, so many name brands. It's the same thing. No.
Carty is a former provincial progressive Conservative minister and former NDP leader in New Brunswick. But some political strategists wonder if he can turn that experience into votes.
Right now, this is an election that's going to be about change. And I think when change is at play, approach, softer policy or different policy is a harder sell.
Dominic Carty says he's not expecting much from the upcoming by-elections, but he does see them as a testing ground for the general election next year. Couteur, CTV News, Ottawa.